always keep on going. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. Hello, friends. Welcome again to a new video from InfoZone Lecturate. Hoping that you all are doing good. Since my exams were near, so you weren't getting the videos. But now they stand postponed, so you will get them. So with that note, we start today's topic from international issues, that is the One Belt and One Road initiative. So starting with our today's topic, OBOR. So initially starting with the map. The map of One Belt and One Road, here the golden chain shows the economic road, right? And the one in the gray chain shows the maritime road. And this map isn't that much clear. In the next map you can see it more clearly. So here you can see the red one is the road and the one blue dotted, that is the maritime silk route. So for it, pause the video and then you can check it out in a detailed manner. So continuing ahead and starting with the introduction of this project, that is the OBOR initiative. This project was launched by President Xi Jinping in the year 2013. He called for building of a Silk Road economic belt, which was named as OBOR. From its structure, it was touted as one of the biggest development plans of the 21st century. It is a strategy to connect Asia with Central Pacific, Europe, and other countries around the Indo-Pacific region. With this project, China aims at enhancing its infrastructure. This includes the formation of new ports, creating SEZ, that is Special Economic Zones, facilitating e-commerce, and creating trade policies. The geography it covers makes it comparable to the Silk Route existing around 120 BCE. This OBOR initiative is based on the original Silk Route that was traversed by Admiral Zheng in the 15th century. Now further, we are going to talk about the 7 key significances of this One Belt and One Road initiative for China. The first one, OBOR is regarded as the most important driver for China's long-term development strategy and foreign policy initiative. The second, meant to shape both China's national economic development strategy and international activities. The third one, China sees it as a way to offset part of the existing domestic overcapacity by exporting its engineering capabilities, materials, and equipments. With this project, China aims to export excess capacity with low opportunity cost. The fifth one, China also hopes to spur further demand for its goods and services by enhancing connectivity and trade between the regions. Talking about the sixth, within China, around 16 of this country's 27 provinces are covered by OBOR, and an even larger number has indicated a desire to participate. Talking about the last and the seventh, OBOR is also China's grand strategy for developing a larger leadership role on the international stage and enhancing ties with the neighboring nations. If carried out on a full scale, the project could have a lifespan of 30 to 40 years. Under this project, the belt refers to the land-based Silk Road economic belt and the road refers to the 21st century maritime Silk Road. There are 6 economic corridors and 1 maritime road that are decided under this project. The 6 roads and the 1 maritime road include the first one, Eurasian Land Bridge. The second will be connecting China to Mongolia and to Russia. The third will be connecting China to Central Asia and West Asia corridor, that is connecting China to Turkey. The fourth, that is China Indochina, that is China to Singapore. And the fifth one, that is Bangladesh, China, India and Myanmar. And the last one, that is the maritime sea route, which will connect the South China Sea, Indian Ocean and the South Pacific Ocean. Also, CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, is also a part of this project. Additionally, Russia and China have mutually agreed on developing Ice Silk Road connecting China with Europe via the North Sea in the Arctic Ocean. The finances for this project is to be financed with the AIIB, CDB, Silk Road Fund, and deals with the partner nations. The OBOR project is of great significance to China. With this project, China aims at enhancing its long-term development strategy and foreign policy initiatives. China also sees this project as a way to offset part of its existing domestic overcapacity by exporting its engineering capabilities, materials, and equipment. Also, in the recent meeting of SCO, India cleared off its instance on OBOR by denying to participate in the project, as the project passes through the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. That is a part of the project, that is CPEC, which passes through the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So friends, that was all from my side. Hoping that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button and do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, if you have any doubt, please do comment it down. Further, you will be getting the next video on CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Don't miss it out. So with that note, I take it off. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.